I live my life my way, regardless of the criticism and the ugliness that comes my way, or the comments, Carla, where you been? Or Carla, you're feeling down. Carla, you don't look the same. Nope, I'm not. Hold on, I'm going to save it. What's up, everyone? Taking a little selfie there on Instagram. How is everyone today? Like I'm on a talk show here. Carla Araujo, what's up? Anyway, my title is What Goes Up Must Come Down. And oh shit, did I come down. I was on a high for a very long time and I came down. But it only took a couple of days while I was down. And I don't think anyone noticed. But those who do know me, really know me, they probably asked me several times, hey, what's up? What's going on? How's your energy? You're not, you don't look the same. You don't feel, you're not talking. You're not upbeat. You're not this. You're not that. So I was being questioned. And I was down. I was down for a couple of days. I wasn't myself. I was feeling a little off. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my book, Find Your Voice, because a lot of me is in this book. I've actually, kind of exposed myself in my book of all of me, of all the thoughts I go through my mind and, my downs and my craziness. And so it may not make sense to some, but it makes sense to me, and I put it out there. So, but I was down, and what goes up must come down. I remember my coach told me that once. It was like, hey, you'll be on a high, but just always remember what goes up must come down. And the number of days that you're down makes a humongous difference on what is happening around you and all the things you're going to miss, and things will be in delay. And that's exactly what happened. My energy was really low, and I know what was happening to me. I've been here before. Kind of, we always go back to that old habit, but now it's a little different. I see it different. I react different. I embrace it. I love it. I'm just like, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and stay down here for a couple of days and allow myself to feel what I'm feeling. All that ugliness and overwhelmed and anxiety and depression and whatever those feelings are. I just know every day I was showing up. And every day I had, there was moments in my office that I was just present but not fully aware, and my laptop would just be dark. I would just sit in my office. The difference of who Carla was and Carla today is Carla shows up no matter what. It could be dark and I'm still showing up, and I was in the dark place, and by the end of the day I came home and I felt like I was unzipping my skin and all these emotions and feelings just spill out, and I would just break down and I would show up again the next day. But I allowed myself in the moment of unzipping my skin and allowing all these emotions to spill out, of understanding everything's going to be okay. And just embracing that moment of feeling sad and not being all together. I'm going to be okay with that, and know that I need to show up. So that's what I did. And again, there was moments that I'm just kind of sitting in my office and I'm just like, oh shit, everything is dark. Nobody and nothing can take me out of that. And the deeper I found myself, like when I would search for answers within me and I would ask myself, Carla, what's going on? Really talk to yourself, really get to know you on why you're in this dark place. It becomes scary because you really, truly start to get to know yourself even more. So, but I go to the dark place. I have to because there's new things that I discover about myself every single time. We grow, we change every year, things get different. But it is pretty amazing once you start to discover yourself and become okay with that when you're finding out the problems. And everyone comes down. Not everyone stays up. When you see social media, you're just like, wow, they're always on this high and happy and excited and active, and everybody comes down. It's only human. And people only want to post that part of them. And I don't. I post all of me because I want people to know that, I'm human. And everything you see out there is really what people want to post and what people want you to see of them. So anyway, I'm going to go back and revert back to something that I had to go back to and kind of read about myself in my book and Find Your Voice, because I have to understand. And again, I take myself back. I'm imperfect. I'm not a perfect human being, and I always go back to these habits. Not often, but I do. And when I do, I find myself in a place where I tend to discover myself more and more. So it's pretty cool. It hurts. I try to avoid it sometimes, but I take myself back. And I'm like, no. Understand why you're feeling this way. Get to know yourself a little bit more. But I want to talk about this because I had said this to somebody the other day, and it dawned on me. When we're in this dark, deep place, and you're on a go and you're on this high, right? And you're just like constantly moving. You're like, things are going good. Business is good. Family is good. You're happy. And then you start to come down, and you're down there for 4 to 5 days in the dark place, and you start to doubt and fear, and all this ugliness starts to come out. And you're like, how the hell did I get here, right? But then when you go back to the high of wanting to recover, of being okay, everything's okay now. I see the light. I see the sunshine. Everything's amazing and beautiful. You even see yourself in the mirror different, right? Then you start to back off a little bit because you're afraid. You're like, oh shit, all that time was lost. I lost the momentum. I lost the energy, the vibe. I lost business. People saw me. I exposed myself. When we see people who are depressed and down, you see that energy. You're like, man, something's wrong with them. What's up with them? And know that when you come back to reality, you're going to be judged. You have fallen behind in work. You have to build your relationship again with your spouse or your friends or your family or whoever it is that saw you on this Debbie Downer side, this darkness side of you. You have to have that courage, and you have to have that strength to come back to you again and understand that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You haven't fallen too far. It used to take me months, weeks. Weeks is not even, it took me months. Because I was always, when I would come back, I would get the remark like, wow, Carla, where you been? I haven't seen you in a while. And I would just like have this like anger in me because it was like I felt offended, and it had nothing to do with them. It had everything to do with me. I hid from the world, and that's not who I am today. And again, I allowed myself to feel all these feelings, but I still showed up to work. I'm still present in the office. I'm still carrying on conversations. And then going home at a good time and unzipping my skin and allowing all these feelings to come out and just allowing myself to feel all the pain. And I was okay with that. And it took me a couple of days to get my head out of my ass and be like, hey, keep hustling it. But I was also, in some sense, it took me back to like, damn, I have to start from scratch. My momentum, my energy has to start from scratch. Because I started fearing and doubting and all these things. So it's like the roller coaster stopped. And I had to start it up again. And it was hard because I feel like I'm all alone, but I'm really not. I had, in that time of those couple of days I was down, the numerous of messages that I got, like, hey, Carla, this post, that post, this comment, that comment really resonated with me. I'm just like, wow. It helps me get back up to understand that not everyone's going to understand where I come from, but there's thousands, millions out there that are like, hey, I'm watching you. You motivate me, you inspire me, keep going. So I'm like, cool. So yeah, anyway, got to start from scratch. But you got to start somewhere. Staying down is not going to be the solution to your problem. So I want to read a little bit of what I wrote in here. And this is me. I wrote, enough is enough. I lived life with anxiety. Depression was hard on me for many years. I hid from the world. I hid from everyone. I know about masks. Well, because I used to have plenty of them to hide behind. So it hasn't been easy for me to throw them all away. It takes time, but it starts with saying enough is enough. And that's exactly what it is. I didn't show up with a mask here at the office or anywhere. I allowed myself to feel everything I had to feel. And I know people felt that energy, but I didn't feel like I had to overcompensate by joking, cracking jokes, laughing, because that was me. That was my mask. It was like, let me hide everything, all my emotions and feelings on what I'm feeling, and I don't want people to know. I had people ask me constantly, are you okay? You seem overwhelmed. So it was just like, yeah, I'm fine. I'll be fine. I didn't hide it behind jokes and smiles and any of that. It was just me. I allowed myself to feel what I feel, and even on a deeper level as soon as I got home. And for you who go through depression and anxiety, that's exactly what it is. To allow yourself to feel that, just show up. Don't show up with a mask, because it becomes overwhelming. How many are you going to have and carry around to hide from what you're feeling? Yeah, I was out. But I didn't stay down for long. There's something else that I wrote in here that resonated with me at that time. I had to love me more than anybody, because no one could love me the way I could. I wanted my life back. I wanted to continue living, but this time with a backbone, living my life my fucking way. And that's exactly what it is. And there's so much more in this book that I wrote about me, but that's exactly what it is. I live my life my way, regardless of the criticism and the ugliness that comes my way, or the comments, Carla, where you been? Or Carla, you're feeling down. Carla, you don't look the same. Nope, I'm not. You can stay in this room or you can walk away, but I'm not going to go home and hide like a coward. What goes up must come down, and everybody has their days. The important part is I showed up. I showed up to business. I had to. I run a company. I can't disappear. Shit will get worse. It's not just one. I run a couple. I have to show up. I have to show up to my health. I continue taking care of myself. Now, my energy wasn't the same in the gym, but I showed up. I took steps because I knew eventually all this was going to pass. And whatever happened in those days were critical to when I came back. Because a lot of me feels like, wow, I have to start from scratch. Everything about me has to start from scratch. But does it really? No. It doesn't. It's delayed a little bit to allow myself to feel what I needed to feel. Anyway, I'm holding an event. And do we have any dates? What are the dates? If you have one, actually, what is it? April 26th and 27th. I have several messages that came my way these last week or so. And yes, it is April 26th and 27th. If you want more updates, go to dothework.com/women's event. There's tickets are available, and I believe you can sign up for updates on any changes. It's going to be a 2-day event. There is no, sign up for one day or next. You have to be all in. But if you want more updates on it, if you want more information, go to dothework.com/women's event. It's April 26th and 27th. Hey guys, so there is more, definitely more to us, and there's a lot that I share. But if you are interested in this book, you can message me also on Twitter, right? On Twitter sorry, my alarm is going off. And I don't know how to shut this off. You know what the alarm says too? Meditate. I have alarms for all kinds of things throughout the day. And I have a balance board that I bought, and I actually add that to my alarm. So it tells me when to, hey, get off your ass and balance. And that's pretty cool. That's a lot of the stuff I have going on, just so I can find myself and, when it's crazy, kind of find that balanced life. So anyway, I go home a lot happier, and I'm a lot happier person. So anyway, more events, more updates on the event, go to dothework.com/women's event. And, my Twitter, that's what I was talking about. You can also message me on Twitter as well at Carla Araujo 4810. If you have want any information on the event or anything else, message me or shoot me a tweet. I will talk to you soon. Everyone have a great freaking effing day.